A live look at the Penny Gymnasium here in Farmingdale, Maine. We have a big late season matchup here, probably one that doesn't get much bigger than this. For the first time ever in the regular season, the home team, the Halldale Bulldogs, will take on the Old Orchard Beach Seagulls in a rematch of last year's Class C South final game. I'm Rob Kennedy, along with Brandon Terrell. A lot of points riding on this matchup here tonight in Farmingdale.
Yeah, first ever trip here in the regular season for the Seagulls, coming up 295 tonight, and then a little piece of 95 up here to Farmingdale. Hope they like the friendly confines of Penny Gymnasium, but not too much here. We'll see if they, adjust to the shooting background and a brand new gym. That's going to be a challenge for the first couple minutes of the game anyway, until they settle in.
Old Orchard Beach, the visitors, coming in with a 14-3 record. They are currently third overall in the Class C South heel points. Top three get you a bye into the Augusta Civic Center no matter what. You got to finish in the top three. That's what tonight's all about, really. The winner of this game's got a very good chance of doing that. And Old Orchard Beach comes in hot. They've won 4 straight. They dropped 2 in a row in mid-January. But those teams they dropped games to, NYA and Wells, they're both very good. Yeah, they turn around and then they beat that NYA team. Maybe the most impressive win that any Class C South team has all regular season long over the number 1 seeded North Yarmouth Academy. 45-40 back on January 31st. This Seagulls team is playing really good basketball right now. They're sitting in a pretty nice spot, number 3 in the standings. If they win tonight, they will leapfrog, at least temporarily, Kents Hill for second place, which is what they're gunning for here tonight. The other loss that Old Orchard Beach had was all the way back on opening night, an overtime loss, 52-44 to Trape Academy, but as you know quite well, a lot changes from early December until early February. Yeah, that opening night, loss in overtime to Trape. You don't know who was gone for that, or an illness or ineligibility or something like that. You never know. Probably doesn't have a whole lot of bearing on this team that the Seagulls are here tonight in early February. Halldale comes in 13-3, the defending Class C champions. But this is a big game for Halldale. MVC's schedule has not been as deep as it's been some other years. The 3 losses, they've lost twice to Spruce, they lost to Kents Hill. Those are the 3 best teams the Bulldogs have played. I think just as far as confidence is concerned going into the tournament, this is one they need to say, we can beat some of the top teams. Yeah, of course, the undefeated state championship season last year for the Bulldogs. High expectations with a lot of returning players into this season. And I think an argument can be made that they've both had a good season in their follow-up this year, and that they have struggled at times. They've been really good in taking care of business against a lot of teams on their schedule. They have a 13-3 record. They're right near the top of the Class C South standings. But on the other hand, as you've said, against the tougher teams on their schedule, they've come up just short, including most recently a heartbreaker 51-50 loss here at home against Spruce Mountain. In the closing seconds, had a chance to win that game and couldn't bring down the big heel point worthy win. They do need some heel points. Absolutely, if they don't want to play a play-in game, which they'd have here for sure if they did. And for the Bulldogs overall, they've had some time to think about that loss. That was last Wednesday night. They have not played since, so it's been 5 nights between then and now. Long time to wait to try to get back up on the horse. Yeah, last week they had a lot of games packed, one on top of another. They didn't really have a chance to practice very often, and now just the opposite recently here, coming off several nights of practice. We'll see if they've implemented a new wrinkle or two for this Seagulls team here tonight. Season finale for the Seagulls. They'll play the 18th game tonight. Halldale has one more, which we'll have for you on Munzing Media on Wednesday night. Monmouth Academy will be here for senior night and the season finale. And then, hard as it is to believe, it is tournament week, and, the prelims start next week, and then next Friday night we will be opening things up at the Augusta Civic Center. It's amazing just how fast things go. We're about to turn things over now to our PA announcer, all the starting lineups and the anthem, and that is Connor Dumont.
Welcome to Halldale High School for tonight's regular season game between the visiting Old Orchard Beach Seagulls and your own Halldale Bulldogs. Before introducing the players, I'd like to take a moment to recognize our officials. Across the state of Maine, there's a shortage of officials in every sport. We are grateful for the officials that we have this evening. Without them, there would be no event for our kids. Tonight's officials are Mr. Martin and Mr. Roberts. We'll begin by announcing the non-starters for Old Orchard Beach, who is coached by Dean Plant and assisted by Sean Atoli and Steve Labby. Number 5, Maddie Dow. Number 11, Kate Clark. Number 12, Cameron Blatchford. Number 21, Gabrielle Gagne. Number 22, Olivia McInnes. Number 23, Megan Dow. Number 24, Hannah Weber. Number 25, Kylie Reynolds. And number 33, Kaylee Airy. And now for the non-starters for Halldale, who's coached by O.J. Aramillo and assisted by Megan Matisse, Ryan Medor, and Ed Spencer. Number 5, Sierra Gibbons. Number 10, Tori Tibbetts. Number 14, Jenna Lee. Number 15, Ashley Kalon. Number 20, Lucy Gray. Number 25, Carolyn Coro. Number 31, Jade Graham. And number 33, Emma Carver. And now, announcing the starting lineup for both teams. For Old Orchard Beach, at guard, number 2, Tessa Ferguson. For Halldale, at guard, number 2, Rita Benoit. For the Seagulls, at guard, number 3, Elise McNair. For the Bulldogs, at guard, number 11, Hayden Medor. For Old Orchard Beach, at forward, number 4, Abby Roy. For Halldale, at forward, number 24, Amanda Trepanier. For the Seagulls, at forward, number 13, Sarah Davis. For the Bulldogs, at forward, number 22, Marie Benoit. For Old Orchard, at forward, number 14, Summer St. Louis. And for the Bulldogs, at center, number 12, KJ Greenhalgh. Athletic training services are provided by Jill Haskell. And now, would you all please rise for the singing of the national anthem by Halldale's own Theo Cloutier.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Halldale sophomore Theo Cloutier on the anthem, and we are just about set to go here in Farmingdale. Glad you're watching wherever you're watching from tonight. Down at Old Orchard Beach, we welcome the Seagulls fans who are taking a look at Munsing Media. Bulldogs fans across the area, across the country. Know some folks watching from Florida. Sit back, enjoy this game. Going to be a very good one here in Farmingdale tonight.
Both coaches giving their last instructions to their teams here before they take the court. Big Class C South girls basketball matchup.
Number 1 on the heels, North Yarmouth Academy. Kents Hill, number 2. Old Orchard Beach, number 3. But that spot for the Seagulls is not locked in. That's why tonight's game is so important. Halldale nipping at their heels. Richmond right between Halldale and Old Orchard Beach at number 4. Those Bobcats also 13-3. I believe they have some games left to play as well. Old Orchard Beach wearing the black uniforms on the road. Halldale in the whites. KJ Greenhalgh wins the tip from Elise McNair, and we are underway.
It's like a 2-3 half-court zone from the Seagulls.
Menor's pass sails over Marie Benoit's head.
Coach Dean Plant for years has employed a variety of zones. Down on the beach.
Played for Old Orchard Beach back in the 1980s, was on the state championship team the boys won. Girls have never won a state title. Regional finalist last year, of course, mentioned that loss to Halldale. Also in 2017, they got as far as the regional finals. Monmouth Academy knocked them off, and both those teams went on to win the gold ball. It was a great start for Sarah Davis, the junior, putting 3 up on the board for Old Orchard Beach.
Sarah Davis stepped into that one confidently, knocked it down. She wasn't worried about the new shooting backdrop here at Halldale High School.
8 points last time out for her against York. Couple of threes. That's stolen away by Summer St. Louis, who's pushing the ball down the floor, wants it all the way. A little too strong. Great pursuit by Rita Benoit.
Impressive coast-to-coast drive by St. Louis. She was pulling away from defenders. Showed some speed.
Marie Benoit. Rita will take the 3 to try to tie it up. It's off the iron. The rebound grab by Sarah Davis.
Halldale's first 2 trips both resulted in turnovers. They got a shot up that time. Now they force a turnover of their own.
Sarah Davis on the carry, sandwiched between a pair of Halldale defenders and Marie Benoit and Hayden Medor. It'll be a night we'll see a lot of three-point shooting tonight. Old Orchard Beach very good at that. Tessa Fergus can hit those. Elise McNair, of course, can score from any place.
We've already seen Sarah Davis get loose from three-point land as well.
Amanda Trepanier from outside for the Bulldogs is dangerous. Great pass in underneath, but Marie Benoit just lost the handle at the end, and it's a turnover back to OOB.
That's the exact action that the Bulldogs want in that zone offense. Draw a lot of attention to Greenhalgh at the high post and have Benoit open in the low post from high to low pass. Benoit just couldn't handle it. She would have had an easy deuce.
That's Elise McNair. One of the best players in the state, and she's not shy about firing from outside. Almost hit that one. It rattled out.
Got to close out hard on McNair.
Medor, quick step to the hole, scooping it in for 2.
Medor so quick in transition. Right hand on the left side. Scoop shot for 2.
Greenhalgh knocked that away. It was last touched by Elise McNair. Strong defense by the Bulldogs, and they get the ball back.
Yeah, McNair just didn't feel Greenhalgh right behind her, turned, didn't anticipate the defender right in her space.
Greenhalgh played that perfectly as well. Wasn't too tight, didn't risk the foul, just made the play. Marie Benoit on the baseline. Heard the footsteps, the contact drawn. She'll go to the line.
Yeah, Benoit able to handle the pass that time down to her, working the baseline spot in the zone offense. Not able to finish, but she'll go to the stripe for a pair.
Fouls on Summer St. Louis, the senior. Marie Benoit ties the game. She's got one more.
Nice foul shooting stroke from Benoit. Finishes on her tiptoes. Holds the follow through.
One of those games where free throw shooting could be the difference maker in this game, and so far so good for Marie Benoit and Halldale, who take a 4-3 lead, but Tessa Ferguson coming back quickly. It's a 2-on-1. And KJ Greenhalgh, the defensive hero again.
I was going to comment just on how fast Ferguson was in transition. She sure was fast, but almost too fast there. Got ahead of her own feet. Tripped and fell for the turnover.
Greenhalgh just standing there waiting for the contact, using her size to be imposing. Greenhalgh. A kick out Benoit. Nowhere to go, thought about driving. Greenhalgh's triple team, the force underneath. And that was last touch by Old Orchard Beach. The Halldale keeps it.
See, high post to low post pass there. That's the one they want. That one was forced, though, is Old Orchard doing a nice job closing off that passing lane.
So they do very well in years past. It's very difficult to move the basketball underneath against Old Orchard Beach the way they clog those passing lanes. Trepanier being watched by Tessa Ferguson. Ferguson almost stole that. Trepanier has it back. Now Hayden Medor over on that left side. Abby Roy out on her. Medor drives, scoops, no good, but foul called, and Hayden Medor can extend Halldale's lead at the line.
See Halldale pulling it out and forcing Old Orchard Beach's top defenders there to really extend the zone. That opened up more gaps for Medor to drive through. She'll earn a repeat trip to the line here. You see a little gap there opened up. She doesn't need much space. Scoop shot. Almost had it. Go for a pair.
Hayden Medor, a very good free throw shooter, has hit the first one. And cans number 2 as well. So 6 straight points for Halldale after the early 3 by Sarah Davis and the Seagulls. One of those back and forth games tonight. Elise McNair driving, left-handed shot for 2.
See the strength of McNair, the dribble skills, and then the touch to finish.
11 points, 16 boards against Halldale in the 2022 regional finals at the Augusta Civic Center. That pass to Rita Benoit. Benoit forced outside by McNair. Marie Benoit for three. Nope, it's a two. She was just on the line, but Halldale regains its 3-point lead.
See Marie Benoit's versatility, working the baseline inside the zone. There she steps out, almost knocks down a three-pointer. Give her two.
McNair for the tie, no good. Trepanier. Old Orchard Beach watching her closely. Greenhalgh for three off the backboard. No, the rebound. The putback, two for Rita Benoit.
Yeah, that's Rita's game right there, doing the dirty work, getting the offensive boards, making some putbacks. Now she'll pick up defensively.
Smallest player out there for Halldale, but that doesn't mean she won't get rebounds. She'll get a ton of them. Abby Roy. Medora call for her first foul on the first on Halldale.
See Medora displace the defender with a hand check. Be her first.
Summer St. Louis to inbound for Old Orchard Beach. Sarah Davis hit the first shot of the game. She has the ball now for the Seagulls. Roy and Greenhalgh with a reach, and she knew it. Kind of jumped away like she touched a hot stove.
Said Greenhalgh fouled out of their last game against Spruce Mountain. She doesn't want to have a repeat performance of fouling out here tonight, so every foul she knows, she's got to limit them.
Elise McNair. McNair and Medora. Great head-to-head battle. Tessa Ferguson outside. McNair quickly for three. Swish.
It's a quick release. She's got five.
She is a gunslinger, Elise McNair, and quick on the draw. It's a 2-point game now as we pass the halfway mark of this first quarter. Greenhalgh driving, taking on three Old Orchard players. No. Marie Benoit open for two on the rebound.
See Benoit just in perfect rebounding position on the weak side. McNair has to fight to get on the other side of her for a box out. Nice job by Marie Benoit. She has a quick 6 points. Game high.
McNair into the corner. There's a three on the way. Ferguson too strong. Trepanier has the rebound. She'll push it down herself. Medora and McNair. They meet again.
So they've adjusted that zone to more of a 1-2-2 look, or 3-2, take your pick.
Great passing to give and go. Return pass to Medora from Rita Benoit for two off the glass.
Nice job using the bounce pass by Halldale, getting inside the zone with passes. They're finding a lot of space in there right now. It's effective.
Elise McNair. Abby Roy outside. She looks accelerate with the left hand. No. McNair the rebound. And a foul called on Benoit, who is not happy about that whistle.
Yeah, she thought she had the ball tied up. Fisher disagreed.
That's the first on Rita Benoit's. Davis for three, already hit one, not that time though.
Halldale fell asleep on the inbounds play there, giving Davis an open shot. She can't knock it down.
Trepanier wants to take that three, but the push inside. Great step by Marie Benoit to score again.
Marie Benoit, have yourself a night so far. 8 points in the early going.
The Bulldogs needed against Spruce Mountain was scoring from depth. It was really Medora and Trepanier, and they dominated the score sheets. There's a three on the way off the iron. Sarah Davis, no good. Tonight, Marie Benoit stepping up early on. It hasn't been the Trepanier and Medora show, although Medora putting on a highlight right there.
8 from Medora, 8 from Marie Benoit. 10-point lead for the Bulldogs.
Ferguson has some daylight picked up by Trepanier. Trepanier did just enough to alter Ferguson's shots.
Yeah, the Seagulls getting good looks, just not knocking them down.
Rita Benoit didn't put the brakes on quite in time. The sub coming in, and Old Orchard Beach will take their first timeout. Dean Plant wants a 30. We'll keep it right here, but couldn't ask for a better start for Halldale tonight.
Yeah, their zone offense, first 2 trips down, looked a little disjointed, couple turnovers in their first 2 trips. Ever since then, they've really cleaned that up. Better passes inside the zone. They've been able to find gaps, able to find really high-quality shots.
Got over the lead in Spruce Mountain last Wednesday night as well. The Phoenix came crawling back and ended up pulling that game out by 1 point in the fourth quarter. So the Bulldogs will certainly not be complacent here against a team like Old Orchard Beach. But again, a 10-point lead in the first quarter has to be making Coach O.J. Jaramillo very happy.
Yeah, you wonder if Coach Plant is going to continue to tweak in his zone, give him different zone looks, maybe throw a little man-to-man defense at Halldale here. I wonder what the adjustment will be by Coach Plant, and then the adjustment back on the Halldale end. Okay, they've given up some decent looks. Old Orchard just hasn't knocked them down. We'll see if they will be content to continue their full court man-to-man defense, which they'll bring here.
Kate Clark into the game for Old Orchard Beach. She's a 5'5" junior, wears number 11 out there in black. Elise McNair. Ferguson. Kate Clark's first touch of the basketball. Trepanier guarding her. Clark trying to shake Trepanier, easier said than done. Clark took it in anyway. A 5-second call before the shot.
A great defense there by Trepanier, closely guarded 5-second. Just couldn't open up a gap. Kate Clark, just kept dribbling and dribbling. 5 seconds.
Here's Hayden Medore now. Marie Benoit isn't a great first half. Trepanier has a little daylight for three, close but no. McNair the rebound in front of Rita Benoit. McNair, bounce pass underneath, stolen and then stolen back. That won't fall for Clark, the rebound. And serious traffic was Davis, that wouldn't go either.
Yeah, they're up over half a dozen layups around the basket that the Seagulls have missed here tonight. They just got to settle in, start making some of those good looks.
Trepanier had that knocked away at the end cleanly, but it stays Halldale basketball. And here's Lucy Gray in for the first time. She will take Marie Benoit's spot, and Benoit gets a huge hand from her teammates after the great first 6.5 minutes she's played.
Yeah, as she should. Fantastic over the first 6.5 minutes. 8 points everywhere defensively.
Greenhalgh. And rolls, won't fall. Rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Orchard Beach. It stays with Halldale, and Tori Tibbetts will enter for the Bulldogs. Rita Benoit replaced.
Yeah, that's Greenhalgh's shot right there, moving to her left off the window. Just couldn't get the roll. Thought she had it. Bulldogs will maintain possession.
Medore. Right past Clark. McNair rebounds. Wrestled back by Tori Tibbetts to the jump ball. The Arrows, Old Orchard Beaches, they'll keep possession.
Tori Tibbetts in for Rita Benoit. They're both hard workers out there, hustle players. Gonna grind you, do the dirty work.
Old Orchard Beach down 10. Elise McNair with short. The rebound, Summer St. Louis. McNair on the return pass, automatic.
Old Orchard been stuck on 8 for a long time. Now back within 18-10.
Now Halldale has the arrow now. O.J. Haramil calling for the last shot. The Bulldogs would love to score here, as they would get the ball right back out of the break if they leave no time for Old Orchard Beach.
Old Orchard has been playing man-to-man since that last time out. They've earned a couple of stops in that man-to-man. Halldale was carving up the half-court zones.
8 seconds to work. Great pass to KJ Greenhalgh from Medore. Old Orchard Beach might have a time for one shot, and they'll get it off too late. Halldale with a 10-point lead after 8 minutes of basketball, 20-10 here in Farmingdale. The Bulldogs lead Old Orchard Beach on Munzing Media.
Starter set. Hey, excellent job, ladies. Hey, ladies, they're with the man.
Elliott Office Products is a family-owned business that has been around since 1985. Grampy Charlie started the business as a service technician, and it has evolved into a full-servicing printing company. From simple copies to full logo design, we offer it all under one roof. Located in Farmingdale, Maine, we are at the heart of many different communities. We love assisting new and existing customers with any of their printing needs. Stop by, call, email, or send us a message on Facebook. We would love to help.
First regular season matchup ever between Halldale and Old Orchard Beach. They played in the regional final last year. That's the only time they played recently anyway. I think it's the only tournament history they had, looking back through some of the websites. A 48-42 win for Halldale in the C-South Finals. That's the only time I've seen those teams ever meeting, so it's kind of nice to have them up here as the guests for the Bulldogs here in the regular season to play a big late-season matchup.
Yeah, first year in, not counting the COVID year, first year in a long time that, Halldale has played in the regular season some non-MVC opponents. Got to like seeing some other teams and having some more highly competitive games like this one here tonight.
Halldale by 10, starting off with a basketball. Anna Trepanier picked up her dribble. Rita Benoit's back in, so is Marie. They just played pass. Got a little breather of the last minute or so. Medore for three, it's offline. Another rebound for Sarah Davis. Here's Tessa Ferguson with that speed. Kate Clark was off balance when she was trying to receive the pass, and Halldale will take advantage with the ball back.
You can see Old Orchard's preferred style is to push, is to run, to shoot a lot of threes. They're just one step too fast ahead of themselves here tonight. It's led to a lot of turnovers, missed layups, missed shots. Still haven't settled in.
Seems like, yeah, exactly. I think they're forcing a little bit, just kind of waiting to settle.
Yeah.
And they know how big a game this is. Of course, having to do it on the road is an extra dimension. Mador. Greenhalgh's the screen on Ferguson, who fought through it. And a foul called will send Greenhalgh to the line. That's on Elise McNair.
See the last play of that first quarter, Greenhalgh did that same thing, slipped the ball screen, able to get it to her for an easy pair. Same look here. McNair knew it was coming, got to the spot late, committed the foul.
KJ Greenhalgh should get one more. She can up the lead to 11 points. That won't fall either. The rebound, McNair. Old Orchard Beach still using that speed. Outside for the kick out. 3 on the way by Clark. That caught the backboard. Rebound, McNair. That won't fall. Strong rebound by Ferguson, but the back pass intercepted by Marie Benoit for Halldale. Benoit waiting for help. Got it from Mador. Mador around the Greenhalgh screen. Bulldogs looking for a chance to free up Japan here. She freed herself up for that shot. It's no good. Old Orchard Beach knows how deadly she is from outside, and she has not had really any open chances tonight.
Says she wants to join the scorebook. Tried there. You see a tough dribble move, little step back, opened some space for herself. Nice move. Couldn't knock it down.
Cameron Blatchford in right now, number 12. She just checked in. Sarah Davis still in the contest. Abby Roy's back in now, too. That's back to Blatchford. Dangerous pass, but it came out to McNair. McNair trying to force that across. Knocked out of bounds by Marie Benoit, who almost saved it for Halldale, but it stays Old Orchard Beach basketball.
Disjointed offense on that possession by Old Orchard Beach. Not sure where they need to be on that one.
Sarah Davis. Marie Benoit guarding her. Davis. Outside, Blatchford. McNair faking the 3 with Mador watching. Old Orchard Beach resets. Summer St. Louis. Worked inside to Blatchford. Nowhere for her to go with KJ Greenhalgh opposing her.
By far, Old Orchard Beach's longest possession here tonight.
Abby Roy to Summer St. Louis. She wants the 3. That's off the back iron. The rebound out to Sarah Davis. Davis has a step. She was fouled by Benoit.
Old Orchard grinding down that possession, willing to take some more time off the clock and work the ball around for a better look rather than taking the first one, which they did throughout the first quarter. Couple offensive rebounds, extends the possession. They'll go to the line here for 2.
Sarah Davis' first shot is good. She gets one more. It's a 9-point lead now for Halldale. It was Marie Benoit's foul. It's her first. 4 now for Halldale. 3 fouls on Old Orchard Beach. And Davis hits them both. And Tessa Ferguson back in after getting a rest. Sarah Davis replaced. Halldale by 8 in the basketball. 5:44 and counting remaining in the first half.
Still half-court man from Old Orchard Beach.
Marie Benoit. It's a fascinating chess match to watch these two teams play. Trepanier outside, wants the 3. No. Rebounds. Batted around. Greenhalgh went up. That was blocked by Ferguson, who has it here. Trepanier really wants to get in the score sheet, doesn't she?
Oh. Contest on both ends. Shooters wanted fouls.
Neither one got one.
Neither one got it.
Greenhalgh lost the handle. Old Orchard Beach will get it back after a little frenetic basketball at both ends.
Both teams want that same style. They want to push, they want to run, they want to score baskets in transition. Both teams perhaps not valuing possession as much as they should at the moment.
Abby Roy for Old Orchard Beach. Ferguson. She can hit from outside, Ferguson can. Outside the arc. That's where she is right now. Abby Roy. Ferguson wants that 3. The quick shot, no good. Had to rush that with Halldale right with her defensively.
Yeah, fantastic half-court defense the last couple trips down by Halldale.
It's the best defense I've seen Halldale play this season.
Yeah, Port Orchard just can't find a good shot right now.
Trepanier outside to Rita Benoit. Greenhalgh steps in underneath. Forced her way in.
Foul in the rebounding action.
Yep, that sends Greenhalgh back to the line again, probably on Blatchford, and it is.
I think he caught it on the floor.
So just a inbound play under the basket as Sarah Davis back in now for Old Orchard Beach. I don't envision that either of these teams will be going too deep into their bench tonight. We'll see. They both have depth. So by too deep, I'd say like 8 or 9. Oh, Benoit shot close, but no. And they'll get Marie Benoit in a foul. That's 2. And that'll get Jade Graham up off the bench. She'll come in for the first time.
Say Marie had a great first quarter, had scored 8 points. Now in the second quarter has a couple fouls.
Well, Jade Graham is coming in, but not for Benoit.
Halldale full court press, as is their style.
McNair one-on-one with Graham, who just came in, and Jade makes the defensive play. Halldale basketball.
Yeah, great job by Jade Graham. One-on-one with a fantastic ball handler like McNair. Graham earns the turnover.
It's the Bulldogs' defense that's impressed me tonight more than their shooting has. They've shot pretty well. But defense, they've come to play.
Yeah, they played really good defense against Spruce Mountain last week for about 3 quarters. It fell apart a little in the fourth. See if they can put all 4 quarters together tonight.
Trepanier carries under pressure from Abby Roy. Speaking of solid defense, Old Orchard Beach raising their game as well.
Yeah, they clearly got the scouting report on Trepanier. They've been right up in her space all night long as soon as she touches the ball.
Lucy Gray back in for Halldale, number 20, the sophomore. Ferguson under 4 to go. Halfway through this second quarter. Ferguson went up against the taller Jade Graham. 2 trips down the floor from Old Orchard Beach. Graham has forced 2 turnovers, and Medor trying to cash that in for 3 points. Missed the shot. Trepanier, though, gets the loose ball. Forcing up a 3, no. And the rebound patted out to Elise McNair.
Port Orchard's been sitting on 12 for a long time. Halldale unable to extend this lead. They've also been stuck on 20 this whole quarter.
There's a long 3 by Ferguson. It's offline. Medor looked up court quickly to try to hit the quick outlet, but Old Orchard Beach was ready, and the pass too far for Jade Graham.
Hey, both these teams are high-scoring teams. They're typically up in at least the 60s throughout the year. Both teams have been in the 70s numerous times. Right now, this quarter, it's 2-0.
Old Orchard Beach's defense very good back down to that other end as well. Turning into a war of attrition here in the second quarter. Elise McNair. McNair got a little bit of a screen from Abby Roy, but Medor shook that off. Ferguson, been aiming from outside, hasn't fallen for her much yet. Davis, McNair, offensive foul, basket's no good.
Yeah, the official took a second to look at it and think about it, then called the offensive foul. I think it was the right call, a little out of control. Sarah Davis initiating that contact. We see on the replay. Davis, jab steps, dribble drives, and just initiates contact. Rita Benoit was waiting for her, set up shot, took the charge. Big call. Big get by Rita Benoit, senior captain.
An 8-point lead for Halldale with 2:50 to go. Mentioned the Bulldogs live on Munzing Media once again on Wednesday night. Monmouth Academy visiting. Senior night. Won't be an incredibly long senior ceremony here. Just 3 seniors, I believe, on this team. Much like the boys, not too many to honor. Rita Benoit will be honored that night. Amanda Trepanier. Actually, just 2 seniors. Unless I'm missing someone on my roster, and I don't think I am.
Yeah, just the 2.
Yeah, that's the bad news for a lot of teams in Class C is that the bulk of this Halldale team is coming back. Folks knew that last year, though.
Back again, yep.
A lot of sophomores in that team last year that won the gold ball. Here as juniors, 1 more year as seniors. Including the ball handler right now, Hayden Medor. Well, he needs no introduction to basketball fans around the States. Graham travels. Old Orchard Beach will take the gift.
There have still been no field goals made here in this second quarter. Old Orchard Beach, Sarah Davis made 2 foul shots. That's the only scoring in the second.
20-10 after 8 minutes, and really nothing since, just those 2 free throws. Ferguson. Abby Roy. McNair trying to get hot. That'll help. A 3 from Elise McNair.
Such a quick release by McNair. Just a split second for her to release high and pure. Hit the bottom of the net.
38 points in her last game against York. 3 threes in that contest. Trepanier. Abby Roy's not giving her any room to breathe out there. Dean Plant's done his scouting on this Bulldogs team. Nothing to be unfamiliar. He, again, saw them last year in a regional final.
We have an illegal screen called on Jade Graham, looks like. Yep.
To Halldale. Another turnover.
Halldale still hasn't scored here in the second quarter.
KJ Greenhalgh back in for Jade Graham. Graham picking up her first foul. 6 on Halldale now, 5 on the Seagulls. Big possession here late in the first half. Ferguson lost the handle. And it stays Old Orchard Beach basketball.
Looks like the official wanted to call it down here, but the reaction of the Seagulls player made him think twice. The Seagulls player reacted like, oh, I just made a turnover, I'm headed back. I think made him think twice about it, but he stuck with his call.
You learn a lot from the way players react, too. I think a lot of officials kind of do take their cues from how the players react when a ball goes out of bounds. They're not entirely sure. Just saved by Summer St. Louis. Ferguson. Roy taking on Greenhalgh. Offensive foul drawn by KJ Greenhalgh. She has been dynamite defensively here in the first half.
Great job by Greenhalgh anchoring that Halldale defense that's been so tough, holding Old Orchard to just 15 points so far. You see here on the replay, the junior, number 12, gets set up in position, falls over to get the charge.
90 seconds to go in the first half. Halldale by 5. The pass behind Greenhalgh, but ends up with Trepanier. And Amanda Trepanier's fouled, and that will be shots for Halldale. Fouls on Katie Clark. And that's a 1-and-1. That's the 7th foul called against the Gulls.
That's not what you want if you're Old Orchard Beach. You've held Trepanier off the scoreboard all game long, and now you're going to give her a couple chances here at the stripe to let her C2 go through, potentially.
Cameron Blatchford in. Summer St. Louis came up hobbling a little bit as she's off to the bench. Sierra Gibbons about to enter the game for the first time. Trepanier's 1-and-1. Falls out.
Trepanier's still not in the book.
Old Orchard Beach will make this a one-possession game. And she does. Celeste McNair waiting for the call, but she was fouled on the way to the hole and sunk it.
Yeah, she's a special player. You can see on that dribble drive the balance, the athleticism, the space that she can take up with that Euro step. You see here, she heads left. Euro steps through the defense and is able to hang, float, and finish. And she'll get one more.
And the lefty sinks that as well. It's a 2-point game. Halldale led by 10 at the end of the first quarter. Old Orchard Beach has shaved 8 off that lead. Trepanier behind her back. Lucy Gray outside. Trepanier resetting, wants the 3. That's off the iron. Greenhalgh almost grabbed that rebound over Blatchford. Old Orchard Beach can tie or take the lead here.
There's so many players would have forced that right there.
McNair ties the game.
The McNair with the basketball IQ, the understanding that I don't have the numbers here. I'll pull it out. I'll get it to a teammate. I'll make a cut, get it back in a better spot, and then I'll have my scoring opportunity.
Gibbons got fouled, and she'll have a chance to put some points on the board for Halldale in the second quarter. They're still up there with a goose egg.
10-0 run right now for Old Orchard here in the second quarter. They've held Halldale off the board. We'll see if Gibbons can break free of that.
It's a 1-and-1. And the lefty hits the first. Halldale back on top.
Halldale had been 0 for 3 at the line in this quarter.
And the freshman 1 out of 2. Greenhalgh will go right back to the line.
Aggressive job of rebounding there by Greenhalgh. Gets her hands on the ball first, then she'll pick up the foul, go back to the stripe.
That's 3 now, and Cameron Blatchford will bring Sarah Davis back in.
Old Orchard's having some box out and rebounding difficulties down here. Greenhalgh still aggressive on the boards.
Still a 1-and-1. That's the 9th foul on Old Orchard Beach. Halldale basketball. That was last touched by Abby Roy.
Again, Halldale attacking the offensive glass, making good things happen. Old Orchard can't finish their box out on a rebound.
Trying to see the possession arrow. I think it's favoring Old Orchard Beach here. I just can't see it from my vantage point. It's not in the scoreboard. Gibbons Forced the pass, intercepted by Ferguson. 27 seconds for Old Orchard Beach to work. They can take the lead, which they haven't had since the first shot of the game. Kate Clark, McNair, worked outside again. McNair with that left hand. Medora's got the assignment to watch her. Clark with 8 seconds to go. 3 on the way for Davis. Kaboom!
Nothing but the bottom of the net. Sarah Davis, 2-point lead.
At the buzzer, short, and Old Orchard Beach down by 10 at the end of the first quarter, now leads by 2 here at halftime. 23-21. We'll step aside for a break. Brandon and I will come back and recap the first half, run down all the individual numbers. We'll have that all on the way for you next here on Munzing Media.
All right, everyone, please direct your attention to the middle of the quarter. It's time.
We are Bulldog Strong. We are a local organization committed to kids, committed to our community, dedicated to teaching the next generation how to give her their time and talents to make a difference, and supporting those affected by cancer. Bulldog Strong Basketball was established in 2013 when my own mother was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I saw firsthand her struggles, doubts, fears, and her amazing fight to live. Cancer does not discriminate, and so many of us have been directly affected by the disease. Our basketball family has grown over the past 8 years, and we continue in our mission to provide opportunities like our summer camp, All-Star Showcase, and our 3-day invitational to raise money for those in need. Through competition on the court, we learn so much about how sports can shape our lives in a positive way. We are passionate in what we do. We are proud of our Bulldog Strong family. We are incredibly thankful for the support we have received. Kids, community, and caring for one another is who we are. Remember, no one fights alone.
Coaches know you can't win a game without proper planning and execution. Let Gosline Retirement Planning coach you into a confident retirement. Here at Gosline Retirement, we provide that proper planning and help you utilize a step-by-step approach on all facets of your retirement planning. We provide guidance on income planning, wealth management, understanding taxation, Medicare and long-term care, and legacy and estate planning. We pride ourselves on working hard for those who have worked hard their entire lives. So, schedule your appointment today and let the team at Gosline Retirement Planning put together a retirement game plan for you. Why waste valuable time and gasoline traveling around when you can enjoy one-stop shopping at Goggins IGA in Randolph? Goggins is locally owned by people you know and trust at the heart of our community. Goggins offers the convenience of one-stop shopping, in-store banking, a large selection of liquors and wines, and a full-service pharmacy. At Goggins IGA, you're in, you're out, you're home.
Strategic Real Estate Services, serving all buyers and sellers. 2 locations, 335 Water Street, Gardner, and 83 Kennedy Memorial Drive, Waterville. From residential to commercial, solutions and strategies that equal results for you. Visit strategicreservices.com or call 485-1105.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their health care just didn't cover it.
I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
Have you heard about free college?
It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
Recent high school graduates from the classes of 2020, 21, 22, and 23 can attend CMCC for free. The free college scholarship pays 2 years of tuition and mandatory fees. No income or age limits. What are you waiting for? It's free.
Leaving CM with no debt is going to set me up for my future.
Visit cmcc.edu/free for details.
The New England Aviation Academy is Maine's only official service training center and service training partner. NEAA is strategically located at the Brunswick Executive Airport in beautiful Brunswick, Maine, which is on the Atlantic coast and only an hour to the mountains in the western part of the state. The aircraft used by NEAA to train our students and rent to current pilots are all technically advanced airplanes, have the Cirrus airframe parachute system, and are the newest model generation. We train in the best equipment in the marketplace, which not only ensures clients are learning to fly aircraft the industry is utilizing on a daily basis, but also is the safest and most reliable. NEAA's facility at KBXM includes a spacious heated hangar, classroom space, and a private briefing room, which make for an optimal learning experience. So, come fly our 2021 Cirrus SR20 and experience the Cirrus life. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Munson Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Munson Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation.
If you want to boost your energy, metabolism, and nutrition, try one of Northeast Nutrition's 85 energizing teas. Fruity, made with natural aloe, stevia, and herbal and green teas. Or have a low-carb 200 to 300 calorie shake for breakfast or lunch. Choose from over 50 flavors like Fluffernutter or Pumpkin Turtle Cheesecake. Northeast Nutrition also has customized protein iced coffees, caffeine-free options for the kiddos, and specialty drinks for athletes. Northeast Nutrition, 599 Main Avenue, Farmingdale. Follow on Facebook at Northeast Nutrition and Energy.
Don't feel like cooking dinner? Call Capsa's Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Capsa's tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsaspizza.com.
Same thing as always.
Pass the front of the net.
All those little things to make you what you are.
0, 3, 1, 2, 3, 0.
Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Sit right here. Along with Brandon Terrell, I'm Rob Kennedy. Nate Munzing on our production tonight. Riley Ince is running our camera. Halldale and Old Orchard Beach. The visiting Seagulls, a 2-point lead here at halftime, 23-21. You see the score, and I don't know how many times you can take a look at a Halldale game this season and see 1 point for a quarter, but Old Orchard Beach defensively just held the Bulldogs to that single free throw in the second 8 minutes of this game. They led by 10 after the first quarter, and that's why Halldale is down 2 right now.
Yeah, it was about halfway or midway through the second quarter when Old Orchard Beach took a timeout. They had tried their typical 2-3 zone. They tried adjusting that to a 1-2-2 half-court zone, and Halldale was shredding all variations of zone that Old Orchard was throwing out there. They took their timeout. Late in the second quarter, they switched to man-to-man, and ever since then, Halldale has really struggled to score against the half-court man set of Old Orchard's defense.
So if you're O.J. Jaramillo, what do you do to go after that in the second half to kind of change your fortunes as far as your shooting and offense is concerned?
Well, I'm sure they harped over and over again, in their last several practices on zone defense and zone defense and zone defense. Now, that's kind of out the window after just a quarter and a half. Now we have to go back to our old game plans and our old kind of man-to-man attack. They should be plenty comfortable at this point of the season in their man-to-man offense, so it should be a fairly easy switch, but it is a switching of gears and away from the game plan that they were expecting to employ tonight.
Let's take a look at the numbers individually. You've got those totals, Brandon.
Yeah, for the visiting Seagulls, it's been Sarah Davis knocking down 2 3-pointers and a couple of foul shots for 8 points. And then it's been Elise McNair, the all-star, with a game-high 15 points. If at all possible, she's on pace for 30, but it seems like a quiet 15 in that first half.
It really did.
Nothing forced. Just stays within the game very nicely. Over on the other hand, for the Halldale Bulldogs, Rita Benoit added 2 points. Sierra Gibbons added 1 point off the bench. KJ Greenhalgh has 2 points. Hayden Medor had 8 points, and Marie Benoit also has 8 points.
I think the most glaring thing you just read right there is not saying Amanda Trepanier's name, and that's just testimony for the defense of the Seagulls, who are not allowing her any freedom outside at all. They know just how venomous she can be with those open looks.
And now it's a matter of not getting too frustrated about it, just staying within your game and continue to play and trust that those points will come and not trying to force the points.
Second half, teams heading out on the floor. We'll switch direction. It's Old Orchard Beach basketball with that 2-point lead. They'll be attacking the basket down to our right, from left to right, in the Road Blacks. Halldale with the Whites. They'll go from right to left. Summer St. Louis inbounds the basketball. We're underway. Abby Roy, Tessa Ferguson in the contest. Sarah Davis in there as well. And first foul of the half goes quickly against Halldale's Amanda Trepanier.
See, McNair was posting up at the high post there on the elbow with Medor on her. I wonder if that's something that Coach Plant talked about at halftime, trying to take Medor down into the post, perhaps.
Davis kicked outside. Ferguson moving the ball to Abby Roy quickly. Now it's McNair. Stops, pops, hits.
Oh, makes that look easy, doesn't she?
Just a natural shooter, Elise McNair. 17 points. Old Orchard Beach by 4. It's their largest lead of the game. They're up by 3. Halldale erased that in the first quarter.
I believe Halldale led by 12 in the first quarter.
They did. Trepanier still not dropping, maybe now. Off the glass, no. Nothing falling for her at all, which is not what you're used to seeing. She's having some bad luck tonight. Davis off the glass for 2. Old Orchard Beach by 6. Good start for Dean Plant's girls here in the second half.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. Halldale getting beat back in transition for an easy layup.
Medor short. Now the rebound, Summer St. Louis. A lot of one-and-dones for Halldale.
Already down by 6 here. They need quality offensive possessions. Haven't got them so far.
Ferguson makes it 9. Old Orchard Beach red hot to start the second half. A 3 by Tessa Ferguson, and that's a demoralizer right there. Quick timeout taken by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, first time anybody other than McNair or Davis has scored for the Seagulls. That's a big one by Ferguson. You see here on the replay. Stops and pops. Holds that follow through. Drano.
So quickly the lead goes from 2 to 9. That's the explosiveness this Old Orchard Beach team has. That's what they possess. And I think for a little bit they're flying under the radar a touch in Class C. A lot of talk about Halldale, a lot of talk about NYA, of course. Old Orchard Beach just knocked off NYA, but the asterisk, of course, there was, oh yeah, Angel Huntsman went out of that game. But this Old Orchard Beach team was a legit gold ball contender.
Yeah, they absolutely are. And when you're a team that relies on the three-point shot, you're going to go through hot streaks and cold streaks. You saw in that first half, they fell behind by 12 points, and they looked like they couldn't make anything. But all of a sudden you look up, and now they have 5 three-pointers made, and they have a 9-point lead on the board.
They don't have to rely on that either. It seems like that's just part of their game. They can do a lot of things well as far as their offense is concerned. Halldale's mental toughness will be tested here, down 9 points. To see how they respond. Greenhalgh travels. The Bulldogs turn it over.
Old Orchard Beach's half-court man-to-man defense still giving them problems. Halldale, too many turnovers here in the third.
That's a big possession for Old Orchard Beach and a big defensive stand for Halldale. They don't want to get down double digits. Davis into the corner. Ferguson just hit that big 3 from well behind the arc, but didn't take it here.
Say, she hesitated. I thought she was going to pull the trigger on another one.
I thought so too. Wouldn't have shocked me at all. Wouldn't have shocked me if she buried it. McNair, baseline, the kickouts. Ferguson, 3 more. Not that time. The rebound loose on the floor. Stays with Old Orchard Beach.
Nice job by Ferguson, though. Like we said, give up a good shot to get a better one. As she worked the ball around with some teammates, and then the ball cycles back to her to a shot that she's able to step into. Just barely missed it.
Just a sophomore, too, Tessa Ferguson. Fun watching her battle Rita Benoit tonight, too. McNair for 3. It's offline. Greenhalgh the rebounds. Wanted the quick outlet, but the Gulls were back. Greenhalgh off the glass. No, the rebound went right to her. Step through, hits it, and she'll go to the line. Summer St. Louis called for the foul.
Greenhalgh can't get the jump shot, gets her own rebound, puts it on the floor, going left, picks up hoop and harm.
That's a second foul on St. Louis, first in the half on Old Orchard Beach, each team with 1 foul now. Rebound off the miss, it's McNair.
Halldale just won for their last 6 at the line.
Yeah, we
Gone cold.
said free throws could be a difference maker. NBA 3 on the way, hit by Sarah Davis.
Wow, Sarah Davis likes to shoot here in Penny Gymnasium. She's got 3 3-pointers and 13 points.
First trip here ever for the Seagulls. Sarah Davis is going to want to come back. Trepanier steps through and hits. That gets her off the schneid.
Finally on the board. 2 points for the senior.
Old Orchard Beach by 8. Ferguson, great move to get by to Benoit, lost the handle for a second. McNair. St. Louis for 3, off the iron. Rita Benoit has the rebounds, lost the rebound, but not legally. Ferguson called for the foul.
Yeah, Tessa Ferguson too aggressive here in the backcourt, trying to steal that back. 8-point lead here for Old Orchard. Still half-court man-to-man defense.
First foul on Tessa Ferguson.
They switched to this half-court man-to-man late in the second quarter. As I said, Halldale at the time had 18 points. They've only scored 7 since then. They've really struggled when it's half-court and when it's not transition to execute half-court offense.
Now that a second ago was open, too. The pass just out of Rita Benoit's reach. He had a step on the defense. There was daylight there. Elise McNair. McNair confidence. What a matchup this is against Medore. Davis. Weaving with Ferguson. St. Louis. Great ball movement by the Gulls. Low pass. Ferguson on the floor. Picked it up. Maintained her dribble. And drew the foul.
Wow, Ferguson lost the handle. Picked it up. Avoided the jump ball. Now she'll go to the line for 2.
She is fun to watch, Tessa Ferguson, just a sophomore.
She really has those afterburners, really kicks it into gear. She drives right by people.
Bulldogs fans may remember her from last year as well in those finals. She had 16 points at the Augusta Civic Center. And hits her free throw. She's got one more. It's a 9-point lead.
But she's got those mismatched sneakers on there. She has teammate Abby Roy, I think, has the other 2 on.
They do.
Must share a couple pair of sneakers because you got to find a teammate with the same size.
1 out of 2, the rebound, Marie Benoit. It's a 9-point game. Approaching the halfway mark of the third quarter. Medore open for 3. Got it! Halldale needed that stroke from Hayden Medore.
Pull up 3 by Medore. Big shot. Gets back within 6.
McNair right back down the floor. Abby Roy outside. Ferguson. She could answer back quickly, but Rita Benoit right there. St. Louis almost traveled. It's back outside to Tessa Ferguson. Davis, long 3. Got it! There's your return shot. Sarah Davis on target.
Good execution of their half-court offense. Old Orchard patient, drive, kick. Eventually that shot opens up and Davis knocks it down.
Medore, great step through for 2. 5 straight points for Halldale's Hayden Medore.
Yeah, Medore answers with a step-back three-pointer and then dribbles through traffic herself and finishes for 2 more.
The Gulls by 7. McNair. Davis. Roy underneath. Will go to the line.
See this Old Orchard attack. They spread you out. They dribble drive, make the defense collapse. You know they have 3-point shooters, so you don't want to collapse too hard. And then they attack, and get to the line.
That's 2 now on Rita Benoit. Abby Roy will get 1 more. Cameron Blatchford back in for Old Orchard Beach. Tori Tibbetts returning for Halldale. Close but no for Abby Roy. Still a 7-point game. Bulldogs back down the floor quickly. Medore, step back. That rolls out. The rebound volleyballed around. Picked up by Sarah Davis. Davis coast to coast. No. The rebound fought for. Stolen right back by Ferguson. Stolen by Tibbetts. Halldale settling here.
So somebody's got to take control and settle this down. Too much chaos.
Trepanier for 3. Got it.
Abby Roy right in her face. Trepanier able to rise and fire and knock it down.
Halldale needs her to get hot. 5 points here in the quarter for Trepanier. Her first 3, that was a big one. It's a 4-point game. Return fire. Boom! Elise McNair, do not leave her open.
deep three-pointer by Elise McNair. Can't give her any space. So she'll knock it down like that.
This one, Halldale thinks they have the answer. Old Orchard Beach has been changing the questions, but Trepanier knows what those questions are.
Trepanier's feeling it. We had a long lull offensively from both teams in the middle of this game. All of a sudden, we've exploded on both ends.
McNair's floater won't go. The rebound won't go. Third time's the charm, yes. And she's fouled. She'll go to the line.
Halldale would have been better off if she had made one of the first two as they foul her on the third one. McNair gets a trip to the stripe.
That's 3 on Trepanier. Something to watch now for Halldale. Kate Clark back in for Old Orchard Beach. McNair, very good at the line, trying to complete the three-point play. And she's got the Beach up by 8.
You said it, Rob. Every time Halldale gets back within 2, 3, or 4, they're feeling good. Orchard races right back down and extends the lead back to 7 or 8.
Trepanier way outside. Matched by Kate Clark, who just came in for that very purpose. Trepanier along 2, got it.
Wow, hand in her face again. She has come to life, Amanda Trepanier. Doesn't matter how closely she's guarded right now.
McNair, great defense by Trepanier. And she drew the foul as well. Amanda Trepanier is feeling it right now for Halldale.
Great stop by Trepanier. She's got 10 points in a hurry in this third quarter.
That's McNair's foul, her second. 1:35 remaining in the third quarter. Halldale trying to cut more into this deficit. They're down 6. Medor trying to have that. Close, no. And the rebound grabbed by Clark. McNair off balance, no. A little too deep for that pass from Tessa Ferguson. Right idea.
Couldn't control herself and stop her momentum. Got too far under the basket.
Hayden Medor. Ferguson bulldogging her. It's been McNair on her. Now it's Ferguson. Greenhalgh fake the 3. Here's the long 2 off the glass. No.
Again, Halldale feels like they're closing, but Old Orchard has a chance here to extend. Oh!
That's an air ball that time by McNair, but when it left her hands, it looked pretty good. A full timeout taken by Dean Plant. We'll take one as well. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Halldale down by 6 at home here on Munzing Media.
If you want to boost your energy, metabolism, and nutrition, try one of Northeast Nutrition's 85 energizing teas. Fruity, made with natural aloe, stevia, and herbal and green teas. Or have a low-carb 200 to 300 calorie shake for breakfast or lunch. Choose from over 50 flavors like Fluffernutter or Pumpkin Turtle Cheesecake. Northeast Nutrition also has customized protein iced coffees, caffeine-free options for the kiddos, and specialty drinks for athletes. Northeast Nutrition, 599 Main Avenue, Farmingdale. Follow on Facebook at Northeast Nutrition and Energy.
Back here with you at Halldale High School. Dean Plant using his third timeout. Halldale's O.J. Jaramillo's only used 1 so far tonight. Might be a factor down the stretch. We'll see.
Both teams really loosened up here over those last couple minutes, didn't they, Rob?
They certainly did.
Say Halldale had a long drought, just 1 point in the second quarter. Trepanier was frustrated long into the third quarter. Old Orchard also held down for much of this early going. Both teams really putting points on the board here in the third.
Tori Tibbetts in the game now for Halldale. Frida Benoit with 42 seconds to go. Trepanier blazing past McNair. Close but no. McNair another rebound. Here comes Elise McNair.
Tough angle there by Trepanier.
3 on the way. Clark short. That'll stay Old Orchard Beach basketball. Last touch by Greenhalgh.
Six-point lead with the basketball. Oh, bad positioning by Greenhalgh on the wrong side.
She's not in danger foul-wise. Not one she wants to pick up.
We'll give it to her on the floor.
That's 2 on Greenhalgh, but it's 5 on Halldale now. And the way Old Orchard Beach has hit their free throws, they want to put them in the bonus. That won't fall for Sarah Davis.
Right on line, just a little short.
Just a little. Marie Benoit. Trepanier, closely guarded by Kate Clark. Greenhalgh setting the screen. Blatchford picked her up. They free her for 3 this time. Rattles out. Davis the rebound. Here's Ferguson launching for three. Near the buzzer, it won't go. And Greenhalgh won't get the shot away as she tried to pass it off to Medor. And it's a 6-point game as we head to the fourth quarter. Orchard Beach 43, Halldale 37. Back in Farmingdale after this on Munzing Media.
Coaches know you can't win a game without proper planning and execution. Let Gosline Retirement Planning coach you into a confident retirement. Here at Gosline Retirement, we provide that proper planning and help you utilize a step-by-step approach on all facets of your retirement planning. We provide guidance on income planning, wealth management, understanding taxation, Medicare and long-term care, and legacy and estate planning. We pride ourselves on working hard for those who have worked hard their entire lives. So, schedule your appointment today and let the team at Gosline Retirement Planning put together a retirement game plan for you.
A lot of heel points right on this game today, and most likely a preliminary buy and a free ticket, a golden ticket, to the Augusta Civic Center for the high school tournament. The winner of this game will be in prime position for that. Old Orchard Beach on the road with a 6-point lead. Can the Bulldogs come back in the next 8 minutes? We're about to find out. They start with a basketball. Tori Tibbetts. Rita Benoit was checked out by the trainer. Seemed like she had a eye looked at, but she's down on the bench. Likely see her back in. Tapia around the screen. Return pass to Tibbetts. Doesn't fall. McNair the rebound. Had it stolen by Marie Benoit. There's Marie. Back to Medor. Medor around the screen. Ferguson stuck right with her. Tori Tibbetts again. Tibbetts. Got fouled. She'll go to the line. That's 4 fouls now at Old Orchard Beach here in the second half.
Love the aggressiveness from Tibbetts into the game off the bench. She's driving, attacking the basket twice in that possession. Now goes to the line.
Second foul on Abby Roy. Trying to eavesdrop to hear what the question was that Dean Plant asked out of the other end.
About how many timeouts are left, or how many 30-second timeouts versus how many 60-second timeouts?
My count, Orchard Beach has taken 3 timeouts. Halldale's taken 1.
They're trying to discuss which variety they have left. I think they've got things figured out.
Tori Tibbetts is at the line for Halldale, trying to cut into the 6-point gap. One more for Tori Tibbetts, the sophomore. Free throws have not been Halldale's forte tonight after the first quarter. They were good in the first. And Tibbetts hopes to restore that with that hit.
Just 2 for their last 8.
McNair quickly down floor, as is her custom. Sarah Davis, little daylight, the pass high, but Roy went skyward to catch it. Ferguson driving on Tibbetts, up over Greenhalgh. Missed the shot. KJ Greenhalgh's presence altered that. Tibbetts saved that, almost stolen by Ferguson. And there's McNair right with her. And a timeout called, a smart one taken by O.J. Jaramillo. His team was in disarray in the backcourt. He wants to settle them down.
Yeah, Tibbetts having a really tough time getting it out of the backcourt there. Needed a teammate. Coach Jaramillo recognizing team in trouble there. Say, let's save this possession. We're down by 5. Don't need any extra turnovers here.
Only a time left with 6:59 to go, but it's one of those games where you just think every possession's going to matter somehow. And every shot at the line, too. I said that in the first quarter when this game was tight as it is right now. Free throw shooting might play a major role here. Just looking at your sheet that I can see a lot more filled in dark circles for Old Orchard Beach than they do for Halldale when it comes to shot attempts. Halldale's had more attempts. Old Orchard Beach has had a higher percentage.
Yeah, it's fundamentals over these last 7 minutes. Who commits fewer turnovers? Who makes the box outs? Who gets the stops? And who knocks down the open shots when you get them?
Yep. Halldale got a chance to do that now. Medor with the basketball. Marie Benoit. McNair is guarding her. Greenhalgh, a little bit of a mismatch with St. Louis. McNair's there to help. Medor launching for 3. No. Close, but it rattled out.
In and out from the corner.
Tori Tibbetts call for the foul. I think it'll be her. 10, not 22, and it is. over-aggressive in the pursuit.
Old Orchard will be shooting the rest of the way.
That's right. That's 6. One more, and they shoot.
5-point lead with the basketball. They got to get it in. 5 seconds.
They did not. They did not, and it's back to Halldale.
Credit to Tori Tibbetts, Amanda Trepanier. They're denying the inbounds pass in the backcourt. That's a big turnover.
Greenhalgh, Trepanier. Medora can make this very interesting. Off the glass, no. Davis, another rebound, stepping in front of Marie Benoit.
Almost rolled in off the window.
Almost did. Not quite. Abby Roy. Tessa Ferguson now well outside. That won't bother her a bit. McNair over Medor, off the iron. Greenhalgh yanks down the rebound. Here comes Halldale. Medor saw a little daylight. She'll go to the line. A blocking foul called on Sarah Davis.
Nice job by Medor there, hunting out that contact, trying to earn a trip to the line. She executed. She'll earn 2.
One of Halldale's best free throw shooters. She's got one more. Kay Clark's coming back in for Old Orchard Beach. Summer St. Louis comes out.
Old Orchard now suddenly stuck on 43 for a while now. Halldale able to claw back within 4, trying to make it 3.
A one-possession game if Medor hits this. But she does not. But Halldale keeps the basketball.
Yeah, great job by KJ Greenhalgh, as she's done all night long. Aggressive in the rebounding action. Earns the ball back for Halldale.
An early candidate for the high-energy player of the game, brought to you by Northeast Nutrition and Energy Drinks. Trepanier for 3, hits it. It's a 1-point game.
Got to get a hand up in her face. Trepanier, quick release, knocks it down. Corner 3 ball.
All of her points in the second half. Kate Clark outside. Roy. A 1-point game. Roy in underneath. She'll go to the line.
Aggressive dribble drives, the name of the game from the Seagulls offense. Their foul is on Greenhalgh. Should be her 3rd, I believe.
I think you're right. The scoreboard confirms it. Abby Roy at the line. Has one more. It's a 2-point game.
Roy's first point of the night. She was 0 for 2 at the line earlier.
1 out of 2, and it's Halldale basketball. A 2-point game.
It's going to be a good finish. Don't go anywhere.
Just thinking the same thing. What a great finish we have coming up here at the Penny Gymnasium in Farmingdale. Marie Benoit fakes the shot. Had McNair in the air, but she recovered. Old Orchard had Trepanier trapped. Loose on the floor. It's a jump ball. Old Orchard Beach has the arrow.
See, Old Orchard will keep possession, but that's Halldale's willingness to get on the floor there. Earns that tie-up. Old Orchard tried to bend over and pick it up. Halldale get on the floor. Earn the tie-up.
Sarah Davis crossing the timeline. And to watch out for Tibbetts trying to sneak in and pick her pockets. Dangerous pass underneath. McNair does a smart thing and goes back outside. Into the corner. Abby Roy again. Ferguson fakes the 3. The kickouts. Davis. The corner shot hits. Big bucket for Abby Roy for 3.
Abby Roy hasn't made a field goal all game. Has the confidence to step into that one and knock it down as soon as she came open.
Medor forced the shot up, took on 3 goals and lost the battle.
Yeah, playing 1-on-5 there. Tough shot from Medor.
Medor almost bouncing off McNair. McNair into the corner. Look out, it's Roy again. Too strong that time. Right into KJ Greenhalgh's hands. Marie Benoit. Trepanier cutting. Hits! And she had a step on Abby Roy. Old Orchard Beach by 3 in the basketball as we're coming up on the halfway mark of this 4th quarter.
14 points now for Trepanier. It was deep in the 3rd quarter before she scored at all. She's exploded since.
Davis. Ferguson. Bad pass, intercepted. Ferguson back, though, Roy back defensively. Medor won't fall. Medor yanks down the rebounds, but she double dribbled.
See, Medor had Trepanier 2-on-1 on the fast break. Elected to take it herself. Dribbles back to her right hand. Old Orchard earns the turnover.
Sarah Davis back in for Old Orchard Beach. She never left. Lucy Gray is back in for Halldale. Davis. Right with Benoit. Ferguson. Added back into the corner. Good defensive play by Greenhalgh.
Old Orchard fortunate there to keep possession.
McNair taking her time. 3:32 to go. St. Louis. Ferguson for three off the handoff. Caught the iron. No good. Trepanier quickly back off the rebound. She might stop and shoot this. She does. Close to tying the game, but not quite.
Trepanier was feeling it. Thought for sure that one was going down. Stepped in, left the follow through, couldn't get it.
Foul calls.
And McNair will be shooting.
It's a 1-and-1 for McNair. Medore's foul is 3 on her, I think. Might be 2. Let's see that put up here. That's 3. I was right the first time. And number 3 is at the line, McNair. The senior gets one more. The shooter's roll for one of the best shooters in Class C, if not the entire state.
So that soft touch. Lefty. Yes,
Gets
sir.
them both. 5-point lead for the Gulls.
25 points for Elise McNair.
Marie Benoit thought about that. It's not a shot she usually takes, and she deferred. Lucy Gray stops, blocked from behind. Kate Clark got a hand on that.
Was Gray's first action of the game, or she in earlier?
She played earlier.
Yeah. Not much, though. Big spot for the sophomore. Have a lot of confidence in her, especially offensively.
It's the right shot to take, too. It just got blocked. Old Orchard Beach picking up the loose ball. They're so quick. 2:45 to go, a 5-point lead. Big possession now for Old Orchard Beach to try to extend. As time's ticking away. Clark had some room. Greenhalgh well defended.
Yeah, great job there by KJ Greenhalgh to defend without fouling. Staying straight up.
And Greenhalgh, if you look at the score sheet, you won't see your name jump off at you offensively, but defensively tonight, A+.
And rebounding's been phenomenal.
That touched the Gulls player on the way out. Halldale keeps the basketball. And Sarah Davis back in, replacing Kate Clark. It was Summer St. Louis who had snuck in on me earlier. I knew an Old Orchard Beach player had come in. Into the game, Davis with a steal.
Davis just beat Gray to the spot on the inbounds pass.
And Halldale's defense trapped her. They get the ball back.
Davis got into a bad spot there. Elected to go up the sideline instead of stopping, going back middle. That's not the spot you want to be in against the press.
2:21 to go. Our clock is synced up with the Halldale clock. It is official. Gray needs help. She had it from Trepanier. Trepanier shook her defender. The shot? No, the rebound. Foul in the rebounding action. Looks like that's against Greenhalgh.
That's going to be 4 if that's on Green. No, it's on Benoit.
It's Benoit. But it is a 1-and-1.
Last 1-and-1.
Third foul on Marie Benoit.
On McNair. She's 4 for 4 on the night from the line. 25 points overall from the All-Star. She's been sensational.
I think that's the problem, too. You can put some Seagulls on the line, but McNair is not the lady you want there. And that's why. Cool, calm, collected, and on target.
As cool as the other side of the pillow, as the late Stu Scott would say.
Great Stu Scott line. It's a 7-point lead again for Old Orchard Beach. 2:07 to go. Dean Plant uses a timeout. He'll take a 30-second timeout. He's down to 1 left, but in a 7-point game, he's not thinking he might need that last one or more than one more as we head down the stretch. But Halldale's got some shooters to come back into this game.
Yeah, Old Orchard has 2 fouls to give, or 1 foul to give anyway, before Halldale starts shooting. So they can be aggressive here if they want to bring some full court, go for a steal. And then even if they're fouled, that's okay if they want. Or they can back off. They've been very successful in half-court man-to-man defense. They could be talking about let's just execute defensively. Let's not foul to give them extra shots at it. Let's make them earn it here. And then let's box out and rebound.
I think the Bulldogs looking for a quick 3 here.
Yeah, maybe. I think, it's about shot selection. Every shot the rest of the game has to be a good one. It has to be something that's worked for, hopefully off a good pass or two. But yeah, with their three-point shooting, if one comes open, definitely knock it down.
Old Orchard Beach still with one foul to give, too. They only have committed 5 in the half. Here's Trepanier. Medor drives, soft touch, hits.
Yeah, good job getting the 2 near the basket there. Great ball screen set by Greenhalgh for Medor to get to the basket.
Abby Roy crossing the timeline, almost lost it. McNair. Old Orchard Beach looking for a long, successful possession here.
Yeah, they're in no hurry.
Tessa Ferguson. Unlikely you'll see a bad shot here from these Gulls.
But they know they're in the double bonus now. They are content to run this clock off, and then that's not the one you want to foul.
Yeah, kind of like a game of roulette there for a second. The ball was spinning, and it landed on number 3. That's not lucky for the Halldale Bulldogs so far.
And that'll be 4 fouls on Medor. Make sure she's not the one to give fouls here in the remaining minute 26.
McNair continues to twist the knife on Halldale. Another free throw.
I know I've said this before tonight, but she just makes it look easy out there. Just effortless shooting stroke.
2 more.
8 for 8 from the line for McNair. She's up to 29 points.
And in a 7-point game, that 8 for 8 so important. Medor forced one up. No, great rebound, but it's a tie-up. Halldale has the arrow. So the Bulldogs get it back, but the possession arrow will switch on the inbound.
Yeah, big break here for Halldale to own the arrow. They really need points in this possession.
They have to get them here. Doesn't have to be a 3, but they need something, and they need it quickly. Medor, they left her open. Can't make them pay yet. The scramble. The rebounds. Old Orchard Beach basketball.
Medor had a decent look at that three-pointer. Could not knock it down. Now Old Orchard has the ball. They're up by 7. 63 seconds left on the clock. McNair goes to work.
McNair's fouled.
They're surrounded by a trio of Bulldogs there. McNair trying to dribble through, and they foul her in the process. She'll shoot 2 now.
That's the 4th foul on KJ Greenhalgh. Really, that one out of desperation and necessity. A rare miss by McNair. First one, in fact, from the line. And she has still been death by 1,000 cuts, though. 1 out of 2.
30 total points on the night.
9 from the line. 9 out of 10. Now Halldale has to hurry down 8. Trepanier has to take that 3. She had Roy in her face. McNair stepped on the red paint. It's Halldale basketball. But time is running out. The sun's starting to set on the Bulldogs.
Need a quick 2. Get into your press. See if you can get a turnover.
That is their key back. Jump ball. Bulldogs basketball. They had the arrow.
Great job by Ferguson. Tie that up. She exposed the ball. Ferguson, smart defensive play.
Benoit. That's Marie. A long 2. Off the backboard, no. Tessa Ferguson the rebound. McNair kissed off the glass for 2. That should be enough. A 10-point lead for the visitors. Just 30 seconds to go. Medor knows time is running out. She brings the Bulldogs back 3. But they still trail by 7. And that's it for Medor.
Yep, that'll be 5 on Medor. McNair will shoot 2 more.
And she had to make that foul. There were not enough seconds to wait for another teammate to sacrifice herself instead. Medor had to fall on her sword.
Not enough ticks left on the clock. We've got to put McNair on the line. Hope for a couple misses here.
They need 2 misses. Of course, she has 2 shots. Crowd trying to put her off. It didn't work. What an impressive, dominating performance today for Elise McNair. Not that anybody who watches Old Orchard Beach basketball will be a touch surprised as what she's done in Farmingdale today.
34 big points by McNair. She's done it in lots of different ways. 3-pointers, 2-pointers, foul shots.
Gibbons' shot was blocked. Halldale keeps the basketball, 13.3 seconds to go. Old Orchard Beach has just played their way in to the Augusta Civic Center.
Yeah, they'll be in second place tonight. Kent Hill might move back ahead if they can beat Winthrop in their season finale, but they'll go to bed tonight sitting in second place in Class C South.
I don't think they have a chance to finish any lower than third. And that gets them to Augusta. Halldale with that game on Wednesday against Monmouth. That's going to be important for positioning. Right now, they'd have a date with Richmond if they got through both teams got through the prelims. Richmond was here watching. McNair puts the cherry on top.
2 more for McNair, 36 in the ball game.
And Halldale had a 10-point lead. Old Orchard Beach comes back and takes over the game. 60-49 is our final score. We'll take a break, come back and award the Caps's Pizza Player of the Game and the Northeast Nutrition and Energy High Energy Player of the Game. That is coming up right after this. 60-49, Old Orchard Beach with the win over Halldale on Munzing Media.
We are Bulldog Strong. We are a local organization committed to kids, committed to our community, dedicated to teaching the next generation how to give their time and talents to make a difference, and supporting those affected by cancer. Bulldog Strong Basketball was established in 2013 when my own mother was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I saw firsthand her struggles, doubts, fears, and her amazing fight to live. Cancer does not discriminate, and so many of us have been directly affected by the disease. Our basketball family has grown over the past 8 years, and we continue in our mission to provide opportunities like our summer camp, All-Star Showcase, and our 3-day invitational to raise money for those in need. Through competition on the court, we learn so much about how sports can shape our lives in a positive way. We are passionate in what we do. We are proud of our Bulldog Strong family. We are incredibly thankful for the support we have received. Kids, community, and caring for one another is who we are. Remember, no one fights alone.
Elliott Office Products is a family-owned business that has been around since 1985. Grampy Charlie started the business as a service technician, and it has evolved into a full-servicing printing company. From simple copies to full logo design, we offer it all under one roof. Located in Farmingdale, Maine, we are at the heart of many different communities. We love assisting new and existing customers with any of their printing needs. Stop by, call, email, or send us a message on Facebook. We would love to help.
Class A boys probably.
Back with you here at Halldale High School. Brendan Terrell and I discussing our tournament plans, and the Halldale Bulldogs and Old Orchard Beach Seagulls can do the same thing. Be a little bit of a different road for both teams. The Seagulls, with this win, will get that first round bye. Halldale will be playing a prelim here at home against somebody, most likely anyway. I think even with a win against Monmouth, a top 3 finish is now unlikely or impossible. But you'd expect to see both in Augusta when all is said and done. Final score here, 60-49 overall. You're really going to be impressed by the mental fortitude of this Old Orchard Beach team. They did not play especially well in the first quarter. They were stymied defensively. Didn't bother them at all. And their superstar, Elise McNair, led them right back into this game, but she didn't do it by herself by any means.
Yeah, what they like to do is they play their half-court 2-3 zone, and Halldale carved it up something serious in the first quarter, and Old Orchard had to go play left-handed, go to their plan B in half-court man-to-man, and they were able to execute that switch in defensive approach and really put the clamps on Halldale. And then in the second half, when things got tight, and it was a 2-point game or 4-point game there in the fourth quarter, it was Elise McNair in the clutch who closed things down and was money from the foul line to really extend that lead and to hold on. You mentioned, Rob, Old Orchard Beach girls have never won a state championship, don't have a gold ball in school history. I'm not making any predictions right now, but that's the kind of team, and McNair is the kind of player who can really make a deep, deep run in the tournament.
And Inter doesn't think this team could win a gold ball. Has just not seen Old Orchard Beach play last year or this year. They are definitely that good, but will not be without will not be without challenge. Halldale they can see again. They look at a team such as Kents Hill up in the top of the standings. NYA, despite the injury to Angel Huntsman, they're certainly not done. And the Richmond Bobcats were here tonight as well. They're near the top of the standings too, so we'll see what Richmond can bring to the tournament as well, should they get there via the prelims, which you would expect them to do. Let's take a look at the individual numbers tonight. We'll start with the Old Orchard Beach victorious Gulls.
For the Seagulls, their first ever trip to Farmingdale ends up victorious, and they ride the bus home happy with Abby Roy adding 4 points to the purpose. Tessa Ferguson also had 4 points. Sarah Davis had 16 points, including 4 big three-pointers, and the all-star Elise McNair led the game with 36 big points. That's including... I'm trying to do some math here. 36, 15. That's 16 in the second half. She was consistent throughout the entire game. Just a phenomenal performance. On the other side for the Halldale Bulldogs, Rita Benoit had 2. Sierra Gibbons had 1. Tori Tibbetts had 1. KJ Greenhalgh had 4 points. Marie Benoit had 8 points, all in the first quarter. Amanda Trepanier added 14 points. And Hayden Medor was Halldale's leading scorer with 19 points.
Let's now give some stuff away. We'll start with the Northeast Nutrition and Energy High Energy Player of the Game. A free drink at Northeast Nutrition and Energy goes to KJ Greenhalgh today. Her defense, top notch.
Yeah, she really got after it tonight. You can tell how much she wanted this one for her team. She was everywhere on defense. She really sacrifices her body, battling under the boards for rebounds, and it's a well-earned drink down to Northeast Nutrition and Energy.
Caps's Pizza, a great sponsor as well. They'll give away a free 10-inch one-topping pizza to the Halldale player. Named the Halldale Player of the Game, Caps's Pizza Player of the Game. Tonight that's going to go to Marie Benoit.
Yeah, Marie Benoit, the sophomore, really stepped up in a big spot here tonight, got the start, and really played well. She put 8 points up in that first quarter. She's working the baseline against the zone, and then was a really big part of this one throughout defensively. She was everywhere, had hands in the passing lanes. Just a fantastic job by the sophomore Marie Benoit. Tonight's player of the game. Enjoy that pizza.
Old Orchard Beach finishing their regular season at 15-3. The Bulldogs now 13-4. One more game to go against their rivals and RSU2 mates. Monmouth Academy will be here for that on Munzing Media on Wednesday nights. That'll do it for us tonight. I want to thank Nate Munzing, who did all of our production tonight. Riley Inch was on our camera. Always fun working with you, Brandon Terrell. We're going to see a lot of each other over the next few weeks.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm ready.
My name is Rob Kennedy saying so long from the Penny Gymnasium in Farmingdale. Tonight's final score, Old Orchard Beach 60, Halldale 49. Thanks for watching on Munzing Media.